What is going on, everybody? This is Seventh Man Podcast back for another video. I am Chris.
And I'm Kevin.
And guys, we are going to be talking about the teams in the NBA. We only have two of them that have disappointed us thus far, about 12 to 13 games into the season. And let's get right flipping into it. We have two teams that we picked to be potentially the top, anywhere between the top three teams in the East. One's in the East, one's in the West. And we are talking about the Thunder and the Cavaliers. Kevin, what do you have to say about, well, what team do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the Thunder.
Thunder. All right, Kevin. Why are the Thunder disappointing us thus far?
All right, so I think with the Thunder, it really just comes down to two things. Small sample size. Seriously.
You're right.
We're 12 games into the season, and also, this is a big thing, they're losing close games. They have 7 losses. They've all been within 10 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty crazy just so far in the season.
It's true.
They're just not closing out close games.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think one of the factors in that is Russell Westbrook. He's been doing this for years, where when a game gets close down towards the end, he just starts chucking up bad threes.
He always pulls up for three-pointers.
He pulls up for threes only at the end of games, and he's not very good at it.
And you have Carmelo on your team.
And Paul George.
Yeah, exactly.
And Patrick Patterson, another good like if he drives, then I'm fine. But I don't know. That's just an issue I've had with Russell Westbrook for years. He always does this. It's pretty frustrating. But I think that's the main reason why. And it's weird though because they've been playing well. They have a plus 5 point differential, which is one of the best in the NBA, or 4.7. They have the second best defense. They have a top 10 offense.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean,
but they have a losing record. They're 5-7, right?
they're 5-7, which small sample size.
Small sample size, but
and
on paper,
I do think this will right the ship, but I think it shows some issues for the postseason. I think in close games in the postseason, they're going to have issues because the same thing for years. Russell Westbrook, I mean, he sometimes makes them, but not enough. And I just think that he really handicaps his team at the end of the game. If he kept playing the normal Russell Westbrook way, which is attack mode, just playing really well, and dishing the ball out, especially now that he has 2 superstars, 1.5 superstars next to him, then I think that they'll be just as good in crunch time. But I mean, it's some mental thing for him, I guess.
So let me get here's my take on this. The Thunder are a great team. I still believe that. And I have them as like 2 in the West or 3 in the West in my playoff predictions. So that's not going to change because they're 5-7. It's a small sample size, as you said. Now here's my problem I know. Well, my problem is that closing out close games is something that you need to do. It is an absolute must in the NBA, especially when you're in the West. And
especially as a playoff, like an elite contender.
No, when you have 3, as you said, when you have 2.5 superstars, it's just like you need to be able to close out these games because these are wins, and in the West, your playoff spot matters. It really does matter.
No,
it matters way more than the East, right?
You don't want to go against San Antonio not having home court advantage. That's such a big difference.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that
you don't want to have to play the Warriors till the conference finals too. That's another big thing. Because if you're the 4 seed, that's so much worse than being the 3rd seed. Because the 4th seed has to go up against the Warriors in round 2.
It's true. And a lot of people might not realize that. That is 100% true. The West is 100 million% harder than the East. It just how it is. So what we're saying is that the way that Thunder are playing right now and not being able to close out these close games, which we said all 7 other losses have been under 10 points, it foreshadows for the playoffs. Like, that's not good, basketball to be playing right now. So that just really sucks. We both have
another thing. It is mostly a new team that they put together.
It's a new team.
So you still don't know where the shots are going to go at the end of the game, but they have to figure that out.
Small sample size. We realize that, guys. It's only been 12 games, so
but they have to figure this out.
They have to figure it out fast, especially because they're in the West. I cannot stress that enough. They're in the West.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, that stresses me out talking about that.
All right, we're moving on to the Cavaliers.
Oh man, I gotta start on this one because I had in our playoff predictions video, I had the Cavs at the number 1 seed, and okay, that's probably not gonna happen. Now,
Probably not.
there are so many reasons after watching them for 12 games. What's their record again?
6-7, 13 games.
6-7. Okay. So they played 13 games. What I've seen this far is excuse my language, a clusterfuck. It literally is a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
So, oh my God. Okay. They have so many issues right now as a team. And I don't want to lay this all on LeBron. He has something to do with it. And like the possessions and where the ball is being distributed to and that kind of stuff. Their offense is there. Their offense is there. Like their offensive rating is like what?
108.
108. 108.
That's third in the NBA.
Third in the NBA. Here's the problem, guys. I want you to listen to the stat that Kevin's about to tell you. They're defensive. Tell me that.
Their defensive rating is 112, which is by far the worst in the NBA. The second worst is the Nets at 109 and the Mavericks at 108. Do you think that the Cavs want to be significantly worse than the Suns and the Mavericks at defense alone and everyone else? It's just they're in horrible company. And the thing that worries me the most is if they're having issues offensively, I would be like, okay, Isaiah Thomas is coming back.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
There's a future solution to this issue in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There is no solution coming for defense. There is no help coming.
Nope.
Isaiah Thomas, at best, will make this a little worse. But, I mean, obviously he'll help in offense, which can even it out. But this is the best defensively that this team, the roster will get. They need to learn how to play together.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. Their defense is atrocious. And LeBron, I mean, he's gone up against Antetokounmpo like twice already.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be a tough matchup for him. But like just these other people like Harrison Barnes the other night dropped 29 on LeBron.
Yeah.
And like LeBron is like a good defender in this league and he's the best player in the league. So it's like you got to be able to play good defense on these
Against,
teams,
like,
on the Mavericks.
Average players, yeah.
So defense has been a problem. Here's another problem I have with them. And it is just their inconsistency with like the 2 spot. And I said this going in that their 2 spot's going to be a problem with J.R. Smith and Dwayne Wade.
I don't think really either are like good enough to like. I don't really like.
It's a
either
clusterfuck,
right now.
like I said.
They're both old. J.R. Smith, he's a guy. He's only just going to jack threes. He's not. He's a good offensive player, but he's not a good defensive player. Dwayne Wade, he's 35. Most of his game when he was when he was a superstar, was based on athleticism. We knew it wouldn't age well. It's aged okay. He's still a pretty good offensive player, but again, his defense has slipped.
Mm-hmm.
They can't really guard the 2. Point guard, Derrick Rose. I mean,
Oh man, no, he's
injured all the time. He's still a pretty
He's
good
still
offensive
injured
player.
right now. He's like on and off.
He's on and off. He just can't stay healthy. Even as he is, he's not a good defensive player.
Tristan Thompson's injured right now, so
Yeah,
that pushed
that-
Kevin Love
that
to the
does hurt.
5.
Kevin Love at the 5 is an atrocity. He's so bad defensively.
I mean, he's scoring. Like we said,
Yeah.
the Cavs are 3rd in the NBA in
Kevin
scoring.
Love's a good player,
No,
but
he's a
he's a
great
guy
player.
that you need to surround with good defenders.
Here's another problem I have. Jay Crowder. He has been bad. He has been bad. And he's not even playing defense, and that's what they
Yeah.
needed him to do. They're last in the league in defense, and they put Crowder in the starting lineup to play defense on that 4
I
spot.
know.
Not even happening. It's kind of like upsetting to me because I like LeBron. I respect
too.
LeBron. And I'm not like a Cavs fan. Like we said, we're both Kings fans. But it's like I want the Cavs to do good.
I mean, the thing is, this happens every year with the Cavs. They always start off badly.
I know, small sample size.
But they always start off badly and everyone freaks out. But I'm just saying, this team worries me because
It does, yeah.
I don't know how they're going to get from this to trying to beat the Warriors in the finals, which is their only goal for the season.
It's true.
This team is finals or bust. Because this team could potentially, if this season doesn't go well, this team is dismantled. Isaiah Thomas, free agent, gone. LeBron, free agent, gone.
Kyrie Irving, he was gone. He's already
Kyrie
gone.
Irving's already gone.
You just that leaves just
I
Kevin
think
Love there.
there's- Yeah, it's just Kevin Love and a pick and Jay Crowder. Like, if this season doesn't go well, you know LeBron's going to bolt, which I wouldn't blame him.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah Thomas, I mean, it's going to be tough to re-sign him as it is with the money because he's going to want a max deal. This team needs to figure it out soon.
Yeah,
I mean, because they don't really need a good seed going in the East playoffs, but they need to make the playoffs, which it doesn't look like a sure thing right now. I mean, I know they will because they have LeBron.
Yeah.
But I mean, it worries me. This team needs to figure out defensively fast.
Yeah. It's just, guys, we can't stress it enough that they need to figure this out sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because The Warriors are a great team, and if they have assembled this like super team, you know. Oh, the reason they have like assembled the super team is because they want to beat the Warriors, and right now that is no way in hell that is going to happen right now. So,
yeah, the Warriors are just as last year a juggernaut. They have a plus 14 net rating, which is just breaking net rating as it is. Like
that kills every other team's net rating. Not even kidding.
Yeah. They set the record last year in offensive rating at 112. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was like 112. And this year they're at 116. They are by far the best offense.
The Celtics are at 103.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys. So Warriors are taking it as is right now. I mean,
right now all the contenders are not playing the way they should. I mean, we don't know about the Rockets yet because Chris Paul's only played a half, but
yeah. So guys, don't get honest because we are just making this is off of brief sample size, like we say, 12 to 13 games for all these teams. But we're just going off what we've seen so far, and from what we've seen is that the Thunder and the Cavs just aren't doing what we thought they were going to be. And it's not just us; it's everybody that had it this way. Everywhere you look, you see the Thunder and the Cavs up in the top 3 seeds.
Oh yeah,
that's not happening right now. So, like we said, Thunder.
Like most NBA fans, pretty much all we want this year is just for the Warriors not to win. That's all I really care about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, I mean, it's just boring almost.
Yeah, it is boring.
To have a team so obviously good that they're just going to win every year, but that's a different video.
Yeah, so let's go over some takeaways just really quick from this. Is that, guys, watch the Thunder, watch what we're talking about, and how they're just not closing out these close games. Hopefully that changes. I want it to change.
Yeah.
So, like we said, they're playing good basketball. They're just not winning these close games.
It's a good team.
Yeah, great team.
Great team.
Cavs, terrible defense. Terrible. Shitty defense.
Yeah.
Got to fix that.
Worse
That's the one
league.
thing to watch from them. Okay, guys, just watch their defense and watch their 2-spot and everything like that. So, 2 takeaways. The teams that have disappointed us the most this far. You have any last comments, Kevin?
No, you pretty much covered it all. It's just, I think these are fixable issues more for the Thunder than the Cavs. I don't know what the Cavs are going to do, but that's the gist of it. I mean, Cavs just gotta maybe make a trade to figure out like if they're willing to go all in, they can trade that pick for a stud.
I wouldn't do it. I
wouldn't do it either because I don't think this team's gonna stay together next year. I don't think the Cavs. I mean, LeBron could stay, but it's up to LeBron.
Yeah. Well, guys, so not a great topic to talk about teams that disappoint us, but that's our take on it. So, comment on this video if you want to talk to us. Like the video if you like what we had to say, and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more from us. I'm going to throw this one to Kevin.
Later.